Hi guys. Today I'm going to add some barrel rotation to the front left turret, and I'll make a more realistic muzzle flash and add some other particle effects too. So I'll just continue from where I dropped off on the last video. First of all, we need to make some new named selections to this turret here. I want this whole front part with the barrels to rotate. Right now it doesn't, because the front left gun selection is this whole thing. So first of all, I just want to make this front part its own selection. So let me just remove the selection I already have for the front left gun, and I'll deselect the front parts here, and then I'm going to assign it again. So now the front left gun is just this part here. Yeah, and I'll just hide it to make it easier to select. And then I'm going into wireframe, and just, if you're wondering how I select like this, it's just pressing B and you can drag like that. And I'm making a new selection. I'm calling it front left barrel. Assign. And hide the front left gun. We also need to make some new memory points, an axis where we want these barrels to rotate around. And I think this muzzle flash should be moved a little up, so that it fires from this point on the top when the barrels rotate. I think that should be look best, at least. So let's move this up here maybe. Yeah. And then let's go into the memory lot. Vertex. Go into wireframe so we can see through everything. Now these 2 points that's already here, I could use those as an axis also. So but I don't want to do that. I just want to use this for the gun and where the bullets pop out from. So let me just move this up a little around there. And this muzzle flash here will rotate around this point. So it should be pretty dead on. Let me move it a little. Yeah, around there. Going to memory load again. Yeah. I already made this new selection here. I called it axis front left barrel. And I'm going to create a new axis from it. I do have this lonely vertex from the last time, so I'm just going to keep duplicating from that one. Duplicate it. Put it in the center. Already have let's see, yeah, the cursor is already in the center, but I'll show you how to do that. Just if I want it to be exactly in the center of this mesh here, I'll just select it with L, Shift S, cursor to selected. It will get in exactly in the center. If it's not in the center, this whole thing will wobble when it rotates. I don't want that. So yeah, go back to the memory load. Shift S, cursor, selection to cursor offset. That goes there. It doesn't matter really what distance you have between the points in this axis here. I'll just place them like that and assign it to the axis front left barrel. Also, last time I told you that all the points you want to follow the main, the front left gun should be part of that selection. So right now these points are. I also want this axis here to follow the front left gun. So assign that too. Okay. Exporting the model. Open it in Object Builder. Save it. Now let's go into the config. First of all, we need to add the barrel to the skeleton. That we did on the hammerhead base. Right now the muzzle flash is connected to the front left gun. I want to keep it that way. And I also want to connect the front left barrel to the front left gun. And remove the comma on the last element. Like that. And let's create the animations for rotating the barrel and the muzzle flash. In the config for the test tank, you will have this animation here by default. This is the original animation for rotating the, I think it's for the machine gun on the turret. Let's just create a new one. Let's call it front left muzzle flash rotation. It can be almost the same as this one. I could just inherit from this, but I'll just have a clean class for this. I'll have it rotating on the z-axis, so I only need 1 point. Let's go back to Blender. So yeah, the muzzle flash will rotate around this point right here on the z-axis. Just so you know, the axes are different in Blender versus Arma. In Blender, this here is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this is the z-axis. But in Arma, y-axis and z-axis are switched place, so this is the z-axis in Arma. The source here, it need to be defined in the config. So go to this line here, where you find the animation sources. This source right here is already defined here. Yeah, you basically add a function. These are used for muzzle flashes or rotating muzzle flashes, and you define which weapon it should apply for here. So let me just copy this one, create a new class. I'll call it front left gun muzzle flash rot. Yeah, something like that, or shorter name maybe. Call it MF. Yeah. And let's try a different weapon this time. The last weapon I just copied from the original commander turret, LMG M200. Let's grab another weapon. Maybe the same one that the Pawnee has, the minigun. Let's see here. Minigun, I think. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one that the Pawnee uses. M134 minigun. And I want this animation to be activated when firing that weapon. And let's just copy the 5000 round yellow belt and use that as a magazine here. Okay. So let's use this animation. The name of the class here is the animation source I want to use right here. So just paste that in there. Our selection here should be the front left muzzle flash, and we want it on the front left muzzle axis. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, front left muzzle. Yeah, I think the rest is okay. Okay, let's create a new class for rotating the barrel. Class front left barrel rot, for example, and I'll just inherit from this class since they share similarities. This time I'm removing the Z, so because I'll be using this animation, no, this axis, I'm sorry, axis FL barrel, yep. Like that, and I'll change some of the values. Let's see, the source needs to be changed also. We need to make a new source for this. We'll call it front left barrel. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh. Just gonna copy this class again, call it, give it the name I just wrote here, front left barrel butt. And this time the source will be revolving, and the same weapon should activate that animation. So yeah, and of course the selection here should be front left barrel. Yeah, and you should have let's see, the max value, if I remember correctly, should be 1, and we should give it a very high radius. Let's give it something. I studied the Wonder Panzer mod, and using something similar that he used. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, packet. The muzzle flash works okay. Now let's look at the barrel. Looks kinda cool. Let's look at that when it's dark. Now you see the smoke still comes out from the center because that point is not defined, and you see under the tank the empty shells fly out because those points are not defined either. Not sure, as I said, that this hammerhead should have empty shells, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. So let's just quit Arma. I'm going to provide a link for this allInOneConfig. It's really useful. It contains all the classes of all the vanilla Arma stuff. So the weapon we're using right now, you can find it in here. It's a very big file, so you need to just search for what you're looking for. Let's search for class M134 minigun. Here it is, and it says here that it uses some particle effects, and the names of these points right here, we need to add those to our model. Could of course make our own minigun and make our own points, but we don't want to do that now, so we'll just create some new memory points in the model that has these names here. Like these are the shells flying out. You have to define where it spawns and what direction it flies. This here is the smoke. Yeah. We already have some points for this that we can give the same name, I think. Our muzzle and chamber points are these. Yeah. Let me just create 2 new points. Muzzle and chamber. The names from the allInOneConfig. I'm just gonna assign them these very same points that I have already. Yeah. And let's create some points for the empty cartridges. I'm just gonna duplicate the empty one. Let's just make them fly or fall straight down from underneath the turrets. From here. Yeah. Duplicate again. Let's call the first one machine gun eject pos. And the other machine gun eject their direction. Like so. Now I have this point, here, and here. So, oh yeah, they should be in the center. Save it, export it. And pack it, see if it works. Yeah. Oh yeah. You still get the cartridges from the other effect. That's right, because the Pawnee uses 2 miniguns that it fires at once. So yeah. In order to prevent that in this case, I should probably have used another weapon or defined it myself. But if if I want this to work with this weapon right now, I can just add those other points too. Yeah, let's just do that real quickly. It's a little hairy to do it this way, but yeah, I don't care. Yeah, now it will spew out twice as many cartridges, but that's okay. Okay guys, that's it for this tutorial. Later.